Olá, gente, tudo bem? Mais um podcast aqui do Grupo V2 para você. Hoje eu tenho um convidado especial, um grande amigo, o Tiago Marques, professor de inglês. Trouxe ele para falar um pouquinho para você de carreira, para falar um pouquinho para você sobre o inglês, né? Como você pode usar o inglês na sua carreira, o quão ele é importante. Tiago, seja bem-vindo ao nosso podcast. É um prazer tê-lo aqui com a gente. Fique à vontade para se apresentar.
Muito obrigado por me receber, porque isso é uma oportunidade única, né? E eu espero que nós podemos conversar muito sobre muitos assuntos que envolvem a língua inglesa, né? Eu gostaria de começar me apresentando. Meu nome é Tiago, eu tenho 37 anos, eu sou professor de língua inglesa, venho lecionando há 10 anos, se não me falha a memória. Alguns anos foram em escolas de idiomas e agora eu dou aula em particular. Inclusive dei aula para você já também, né?
Sim.
E a minha trajetória na língua inglesa é muito interessante pelo fato de algo que me envolveu com o inglês, que foi o basquete, né, o esporte, que me trouxe até esse momento que eu estou hoje de dar aulas em particular. É, eu creio que seja isso, a questão geral da minha carreira em inglês.
Ok, muito, muito bom. Tiago, a gente teve sempre tem algumas dúvidas aqui de carreira, né, de inglês, e aí eu vou tentar te trazer algumas perguntas aí para você me ajudar.
Sim.
How important is the English course for your career?
Oh, for my career, it was really important because I remember early on when I used to play basketball. Actually, we used to play basketball
Yes,
together. Do
man.
you remember that in
Yes, I
Campo
remember.
Paulista?
We played together.
Yeah, shout out to Soninha, our coach, right?
Yes, man.
Probably the best coach ever that we have ever done. And I remember that I got an opportunity to study in the United States. Actually, it was a scout, this guy who was a scout who came here to São Paulo in order to attend one of my matches, and he thought that I would be a really great player to go to the United States to play in the state of Wyoming. I don't know if you are familiar with Wyoming. It is a state near Utah. You know Utah. You're pretty much familiar with it, aren't you?
Yes, it's February.
Yeah. So Wyoming, the University of Wyoming, saw my videotape, and then actually this guy was the mediator between the Wyoming University and me, and I got that a once in a lifetime opportunity. They have a scholarship for foreign players, and I was one of the players that they really want to travel and get into the university right there, which is once in a lifetime opportunity, right? It's once in a lifetime opportunity. That's how I started being in touch with English. I was 18, but I really didn't speak any English in that time. So then I realized the importance of English in my life. I After that, of course, obviously, I needed to take an examination called TOEFL. I failed this examination because it is like academic English examination. It is a proficiency English examination. And make this long story short, I would say that uh, I was first in touch with English in that time. I had a private English teacher. She taught me. She believed in me, and she said that I would pass the test. But it wasn't. I didn't have enough time to study. I had only like a very short time to study, so I failed the test. And then I had that aha moment, and I say English is kind of important because I can never have this once in a lifetime opportunity. So I say, now I'm going to start studying English really hard. I studied English really hard. Since that time, since I was 18, I have never stopped studying English. And I went to the University of Uninove. I graduated in translation and interpreting. And I started teaching in private. It was very important for my career because of this. My job as an English teacher started when I realized that English was important to me, and of course, obviously, the university helped me so much to become an English teacher.
Tiago, how do you see of importance English language in IT area?
Mm. Well, in my opinion, I'm going to give you some data that I was searching for. Let's say here in Brazil, it is like only 1% of the population speaks English fluently, right? Only 1%. So this 1% that speaks English fluently, it is a little bit ahead of the other people. This is fluency. But let's say that proficiency English level, there are very fewer people that has this. When I say proficiency is like a person that ha, knows how to speak English really well, reading and writing and listening. If a person like mastered these four skills, they are called proficient, and we can it can change the person's life because I have lots of students. They got a job, their first job, because they were they were like pre-intermediate English speakers. Like there's a really great example. A student of mine, she was 18, and she studied English from 13 to 18, and she had no perspective of the job market. She says, "Oh, I really don't know what I'm gonna do," and then she got a job at a company because of English. She in that time was pre-intermediate English level, I guess, and she got a job opportunity. She had an interview, and the people liked her, and she was hired for that company. So, in my opinion, you can be ahead of a lot of other people in terms of salary and in terms also of a position. You can get a higher position, or you can get a better job. So I think that's what I think. And in Brazil, like I said, only 1% that speaks English fluently. And there's another data because Brazil in Latin America, I think it ranks 18th place in terms of English proficiency. And there are 21 countries, according to the data that EF institution shows up, and I checked it just the other day. So I think it is very important for your career in terms of salary, working conditions as well, because the better you speak English, the better is going to be your working conditions, right? You're going to get a better job,
Of course.
and I guess that's it. I guess that's what it is.
That's good, man.
Mm-hmm.
I have another question for you.
Okay.
What tips would you give for the person working in this area and they need to speak English?
Okay. What tips I would give for the people that work in this area? I would say that you gotta like try to be in touch with English as much as you can, be connected with it as much as you can. It will help you too much. I'm an English teacher, so on my daily basis, I have to talk to students quite often, and so it helped me a lot to improve my English. But I remember as a student, I used to watch a lot of TV shows. It helped me a lot to improve my listening, and basketball, something that I really liked. So you gotta find things that you enjoy doing, which is connected with English, first of all, and second of all, you also try to find a really great professional in this area, like me. No, I'm kidding. But a person that can give you some guidance. Okay, now you have to study this to improve this English skill because maybe your listening skill, it is your weakness. You're not that good at listening, or maybe you're good at writing, but now you have to improve your speaking. And all the four English abilities, you have to master them depending on your your job necessity. For example, do you like TV shows? I think most of us like TV shows. Yeah, we watch. So try to watch them in English. If at first you're watching them in English with the subtitles in Portuguese, fine. But then later, when you get used to listen to English, try to put the subtitles in English as well. Get your favorite TV show, or maybe if you like reading books, why don't you read the book that you had already read in the past and try to read them in English, read those books. Or maybe let's say that you like sports. Why don't you try to watch those sports in English? I have this student of mine, he's a jiu-jitsu fighter. And usually we study things connected with the jiu-jitsu. And he loved the class. He loves the class. So any type of grammar that I wanna teach him, we usually speak about jiu-jitsu. So I think that if you can tap into that, you can notice that okay, now I'm going to improve my English. So you gotta find ways and find things that connected you with English. Okay, most of the time music as well. The question is, everybody likes music. Who doesn't? Yeah. Do you like music, right?
Yes.
Listen to
Listen.
Coldplay. What do you listen? What do you usually
Oh, man.
listen to?
I like Bruce Springsteen. I intended to go Bruce Springsteen concert in this life. I intend.
And you're in to go.
Yes.
Yeah. And for example, those usually when we are listening to music also can help us a lot because a couple of things you're going to the song is going to remind of a sentence that you needed to speak in certain situations. Yeah.
Yes.
So sometimes whenever I'm talking to my students or someone, there are some songs like on the I can remember on the top of my head. So off the top of my head, actually. So I think it is really important to find something you like, right? That's really important.
Right. Right. Very good, Tiago. I like it too. REM too.
Okay.
But this guy is older.
Yeah.
Pessoal, é isso. O podcast com o Thiago é só emoções. É um podcast que a gente poderia falar aqui, como todos os outros, por muito tempo. A gente já está caminhando para o final.
Sim.
Estamos voltando aqui com o nosso belo português, né? Para a
Sim.
gente poder também não confundir vocês que nos assistem. O objetivo do nosso podcast é te gerar dúvida, mas também gerar interesse por aquilo que é novo, ou para aprimorar o que você já tem, ou para buscar um novo aprendizado, porque vai ser bom para sua carreira. Tiago, a gente está caminhando aqui para o final. Foi um bate-papo aí bem gostoso, dá para ficar um bom tempo aqui conversando,
Sim.
mas faça aí a sua mensagem final, o que você quer deixar de final aí para o pessoal.
Bom, a minha mensagem final basicamente é que hoje em dia, com o aumento do inglês e as empresas internacionais vindo e se conectando muito com o Brasil, é primordial que nós temos o contato com o idioma, não só em termos técnicos, porque na área de TI é muito comum o back-end, front-end, login, logout. Esses são as terminologias que nós usamos no nosso dia a dia, então estamos muito familiares com essas terminologias, mas também saber se comunicar, porque às vezes o suporte técnico não é nem no Brasil, você tem que se comunicar com uma pessoa da Índia, com uma pessoa dos Estados Unidos. Então, saber os termos técnicos e saber se comunicar é muito importante. E você ter esse contato com a língua inglesa vai ajudar você a ter um melhor desempenho na sua carreira e também não só na questão profissional, mas na questão pessoal. Se de repente você vai viajar para outro país, você vai saber se comunicar e evitar muitas situações constrangedoras em outros países. Essa é a mensagem que eu tenho que dar para vocês.
Legal, Thiago. Muito obrigado, viu?
Eu que agradeço pelo convite. Thanks for having me. Thank you so much.
Ok. Pessoal, é isso. A gente acaba por aqui. Só quero deixar a mensagem para vocês. Depois a gente vai deixar os contatos do Tiago, né? O professor Tiago Marques, para que vocês queiram consultá-lo. Se precisar tirar alguma informação, ele poderá ajudar. Mas veja, a Facul V2, ela tem um curso de preparação profissional para a ServiceNow. A ServiceNow é uma plataforma americana onde você precisa saber o inglês para trabalhar com ela. Então imagina, você pode estar aqui em São Paulo, estar aqui em Jundiaí, né? Está no Brasil atendendo clientes americanos e precisa entrar numa reunião e falar em inglês. Então hoje o inglês ele é fundamental para a sua carreira. Como o Thiago disse, é super importante a gente estudar, apesar de algumas palavras elas já serem familiares para nós, você se comunicar e conseguir transferir todo aquele conteúdo técnico para o cliente é importante. Consulte o nosso curso o nosso curso da Facul, ele está com inscrições abertas para a turma que começa em setembro. Então nos acompanhe, acesse as redes sociais da Facul, a Facul IV2, para que você se inscreva para esse curso e participe. Além disso, o Grupo IV2 ele tem uma empresa ServiceNow e você poderá ter a oportunidade de trabalhar aqui. O primeiro passo é você fazer o curso e ter o seu inglês. É importante que, mesmo que você não tenha, o curso ele é para você, mas você pode entrar e aproveitar para estudar o inglês e ter um plus na sua carreira, tá bom? A gente fica por aqui e se vê até a próxima. Um abraço, tchau, tchau.
Tchau, tchau.